All right. So welcome. I see some familiar names and faces. Again, this training is intended to walk you through the XCD Reviewer Module that will help you, or is where you will make your abstract and paper reviews. For those of you who have done this before, you'll notice some changes from previous years that make the process a whole lot easier, and the interface more streamlined and intuitive. For those of you who have not done reviews before, this may be new to you, but as you'll see, it is fairly intuitive and an easy process. So bear with me. I'm going to pull up some slides and we'll walk through the process. Again, this training is for your benefit. So at any time, if you have questions or need additional clarifications, please just jump in. You don't have to save all of your questions to the end. I'm happy to answer whatever questions as we go. Okay, so we're going to basically cover three topics today: how you get into the reviewer portal or the reviewer module. We're going to talk about how you access or view your abstracts or assignments, and then we'll talk about how you actually make your ratings or reviews and how you can review what you've done and make modifications to any ratings. All right. So there are actually two ways of getting to the review module. You can access it directly with through the XCD system / ITSEC review module, or you can go to your main profile page and access it using the ITSEC reviewer logon button. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in both cases. So if you type in or go to the XCD system ITSEC / review module URL, you'll go to it'll take you to the screen. You'll put in your account and password, and then you should see a screen that looks like this. And you want to notice two things on this screen. First of all, and whenever you log into your review module, is verify that the correct module is active. This won't be such an issue for abstract review because there's really only one module active. But again, for paper review and subsequent reviews, you definitely want to pay attention that the right module is up. You also want to make sure that, if you are in a tutorial subcommittee or the professional development workshop subcommittee, that's reflected in this bar and that you're not doing the paper reviews. So always check and make sure you're in the right review module for going forward. And if you're not, then you can contact me or contact your subcommittee chair. Anyway, so you check it, then you simply click the Enter Review portal. Pretty straightforward. All right. If you're logging in from your profile page, again, if you go to just the ITSEC XCD system, log in. You'll come after you log in. You'll come to your profile page. There should be a reviewer login. Some of you may not have the reviewer login. Again, it depends on how your chairs have assigned your abstract. So you may not have it yet, but by the end of the week, you will see the button that says reviewer login. And again, if you don't have, by the end of the week or early next week, if you don't have a reviewer login button, then you need to contact myself or Debbie Langelier, and we'll tell you how to do that later. Anyway, so hit the reviewer login. It should take you to a screen that looks like this. It says Reviewer Portal. And again, you want to make sure that you are in the right module. So abstract submission, abstract review. And the nice thing about this, it kind of gives you an update of, have you been assigned abstracts and what is your progress? So then you would simply hit the Start Review. And regardless of which way you get into the review module, it's going to take you to the same main screen, and we'll show that in just a minute. So get logged in. Once you're logged in, we'll talk about the different ways that you can view the abstracts and your assignments. And then, like I said, we'll talk about making the ratings. So three ways to view your assigned abstracts, and then there's a way to start making the ratings here. So we'll walk through that. All right, so again, regardless of how you get here, how you log into the reviewer module, this is what the actual main page of the reviewer module looks like. Again, it has your progress at the top, how many reviews have been assigned, how many have you got completed, and then the area here allows you different ways of accessing your abstracts. You can use the drop-down menu to select a specific abstract and go to that abstract, view the abstract, or make your review. So you just select the abstract number and hit go. Or you can go to, for whatever reason, a keyword or author. So the drop-down menu is probably going to be more helpful for you when you get to the paper review, simply because it's more likely that you'll break up your review sessions into multiple sessions. You're not going to do all your paper reviews necessarily at the same time. So this is a way that you can kind of sequence your reviews. The select by keyword and author is probably not going to be real helpful to us because we don't have a broad scope of reviews. So that's just a function of XCD, but it's there if you want to use it. The third button here that's going to be that will be useful for you here at the top of your module screen is the print papers. So if you click on that button, it will walk you through dialog boxes that enable you to download a PDF file that has each of your assigned abstracts. So in this case, it would print out 24 abstracts, one abstract per page, that lets you have a sort of offline version of all your abstracts. And so if you want to, sit and print or read your abstracts prior to coming back to the module and making your ratings, that's a good process. And this allows you, again, to have that separate document with all of your abstracts in it. So for those of you who've gone through abstract review before, you know that this is a very convenient feature. It was a very difficult process to get that PDF file before, but now we have it. So I encourage you to use it. All right, so this is the top of your landing page. If you would scroll down, then you'd actually come to your abstract list or your assignment list. So it simply lists each abstract with its ID number. And to view or rate an abstract, you'd simply click on the review number on the left. And we'll come back to this. So again, these are all the ways that you can access abstracts. And regardless of which way you access them, it will take you to the review screen. So we'll talk now about making those actual ratings. So as I just said, the most straightforward way is go to your list of abstracts, click on the ID that you want to review. It'll take you to a window that has the abstract on one side and your ratings on the other. So you'll go through your ratings and you'll click Submit Review. And once you click on Submit Review, your abstract has been, your ratings on that abstract have been submitted and saved. If you choose not to review a given abstract because, for example, you may be close colleagues with one of the authors, or the authors may be from your company, and you think you can't give an impartial review, then you can also abstain, and we'll talk to you about how to do that. But after you make your rating, then you'll simply have the option to go on to the next assignment, and we'll talk about sort of that process. So again, here's what it looks like in the portal. If we go back to our abstract list at the bottom of the main module page, and we select, let's say, we're going to start with abstract 202, and we'll click on 202, and it'll take us to the abstract page for that ID. Again, you see up here in the top, the ID number 25202. Like I said, the abstract will be on your left with all the information, and all the ratings will be on the right. So this new format allows you to view the thing that you're rating as you rate it. It's all in one convenient window. So on the left-hand side, on the abstract side, you can scroll down. Again, author information, title at the top, abstract someplace down the middle, and additional information is there for you as well. So you can have the abstract up in one screen. Like I said, if you need to abstain for whatever reason, that dialog is at the top of the right-hand side on the rating side. You'd simply click the button for I abstain and then click submit. And from there, it will take you, it will record your review and then take you to the next step. If you don't abstain, then you're going to start scrolling through the rating criteria, the rating dimensions on the right hand. So again, you can keep the abstract up on the left, and you'll start scrolling through your reviews. So the first review that you're going to make, or first rating you're going to make, is the acceptance. And again, this is a suggestion about whether you believe that this abstract should be accepted as a paper, should not be accepted as a paper, that is, you would reject it, or you're uncertain and believe that at abstract review, further discussion is required to determine whether it's appropriate or not. So you'd simply go to the drop-down menu, and you're going to select accept, reject, and discuss. Again, these are this is the most important rating because this gives the chair guidance on how to sort of prioritize and formulate the discussion when we get to San Diego. So your opinion, again, your professional opinion about the quality of the abstract overall, whether it's appropriate or not, or maybe needs more discussion during the meeting, is very important. And you'll select the appropriate. And once you've selected the appropriate response, then you can go on to the next review. So the next, next rating. So the next rating is substance. And this really gets to the matter of content. Is the content in this abstract appropriate for ITSEC? Is the abstract itself well written? Is the abstract, content has all of the elements that we expect to see in an abstract, and would it make a good paper? So your chairs will probably give you some more guidance before, the final review to help you base your substance on. But there's a little note on generally what we're looking for the substance rating. And again, here you just simply click the dialog box, the drop down box, and there's a 1 through 5 rating. So 5 will be the highest substance rating, and 1 would be the lowest. From there, you'll go down to originality. Again, there's some description of what we think are the appropriate anchors for originality rating. But is this something new and potentially interesting to the ITSEC community, or have we seen this done to death and we're no longer interested in? But again, for originality, you'll use the drop down menu, select your 1 through 5 rating, and then go to the next rating, which is called sales pitch. Again, for those of you who've done reviews before, you read plenty of abstracts that say something like, hello, we represent company X, and we've built this widget that company X believes will solve all of DoD's, training and simulation problems. And, we're going to describe widget from company X, right? So they keep referring to the company, keep referring to the product without really talking about what its contribution is to the modeling, simulation, training, and education community. Again, there's a little bit of a description in general, but again, your chairs will may be able to provide additional guidance on what sales pitch is. If this is your first go round for reviewing ITSEC abstracts, if you get a sales pitch abstract, you'll know it. But regardless, there's again, drop-down menu where you'll provide a 1 through 5 sales pitch rating. So is this definitely sales pitch? To is this not sales pitch at all? All right. Then probably the next set of input is probably the most important, and that's comments. So there's two different types of comments and two different comment blocks. So you can think of the comments to BirdDog as being public-facing comments, things that will go out, to other people, and the comments for subcommittee is sort of the private-facing or internal to the ITSEC subcommittee comments. So as it says, in the block under the comments for BirdDogs, this is author feedback. This is your way of communicating with the author what you believe to be the justification for your acceptance or rejection, or any other constructive input that you have that would help the author produce a good paper from their abstract, or produce a better abstract in the future. So again, in the comments to BirdDog, they should be a little, I guess what we call sanitized, or again, be as constructive as possible, and realize that anything that you put in that block could potentially get to the author. So be, very professional about what you're saying there. In the comments for subcommittee, box, that is again the private facing part. That is your comments to the other people in your subcommittee about what you really think about an abstract, or provide any additional information that you may be aware of that could help guide the discussion, or help other people's decisions on this particular abstract when we get to abstract review. So you can be a little bit more critical, a little bit more straightforward in the comments for subcommittee. And again, this is mostly used by the chairs to again, prioritize and think about how to structure the discussion when we get to San Diego or abstract review. The other thing that this block is sometimes helpful for is to put notes to yourself. I've used it in that way. So when you get to abstract review, you can pull up XCD, and I used to just go along, my XCD with each of the abstracts that we were reviewing, and I had my little notes to myself in this block so that I could jog my memory about what I was thinking about that abstract. So again, the comments aren't required, and I realize that you may not always have strong opinions about what's in the abstract. But if you do, if you recognize things, or feel like you can provide some constructive feedback to the authors, we definitely encourage you to do so, and use these comment blocks. All right, so once you are finished putting your text in for the comments, the last input that you'll give is, do you want to be a BirdDog for this particular abstract? For people who may be new to the ITSEC paper process, a BirdDog is basically a coach or advocate for each of the abstracts as it moves through to the paper and presentation phase. So you are sort of like the author's editor and liaison between the subcommittee and the author, to make sure that the authors are staying on track through the process, but also making sure that they're being responsive to the comments and that come out of the subcommittee to address in their paper presentation or presentation preparation, and just kind of giving them a little overview and help with making sure that their paper is as good as it can be, and setting it up for success. So if you want to be a BirdDog, you thought this abstract was great, you're kind of an expert in that area, and you want to help this author out, you would click yes here. If you don't, then you click no. And again, just by clicking yes, that doesn't mean that you will be the BirdDog. It simply means you're a candidate for BirdDog, because once we get in the room at abstract review, then the decision will be made about who is the BirdDog. But clicking yes here will help the chairs, figure out what the pool of people who want to bird dog a particular abstract are. So again, click that if you're interested. And then, since we're at the bottom of the rating window here, you would click Submit Review. And once you click Submit Review, that review is saved in the system. And up at the top of that page, again, you see we're still on page 202, but we've clicked the Submit Review button, and now you get this nice green banner with the Go to Next Assignment. So if you click the Go to Next Assignment button, it'll simply take you to the next abstract in order. So from 202, it'll go to whatever, 205 is next, and so on and so forth. So it'll just keep scrolling you down the list as you go through it. All right, if you go back to your list of reviews, you'll be able to see your progress. And from that list of reviews, you'll be able to go in and modify. And so I'm going to talk to you about, if you get to the end of your review, or if you select go back at any time on that main screen, kind of where you go. So again, here we are back at that, we've just completed the review for Abstract 202, and I could click Go to Next, and, Abstract 205 would come up, and I would do that. But if I click at any time on any of the abstracts, go back, then it's going to take me to the list of abstracts that were assigned to me. And again, as you'll notice here in this right-hand review status column, there is now a review status for 202, the one we just did. So you can see here that we chose to rate this as a discuss. It'll say accept, reject, or discuss here. It'll have the total score. So that's the sum of the substance rating, the sales pitch rating, and the originality rating. If you wanted to go back and relook your ratings at any time. So again, you may go through all of your reviews, and then you notice one, well, maybe I want to change that a little bit, or think about that one a little bit more. If you click on the review, it will simply take you back to that review screen, and you could scroll down on the right-hand side and change your ratings. However, if you change your ratings, you still have to go down to the bottom and click Submit Review. So it doesn't, the system never saves until you click the Submit Review. But you can, again, you are more than welcome to change ratings up until the review deadline. All right. So again, this is a way to tell you your status. So once all of these have scores, you're done. But also, if you go back to the top of your module page, it gives you a nice little, counter, as we said before, on your progress. So I've done one review. I still have 23 more to go. All right. So with that's basically it. It's just getting through each of the abstracts, providing your reviews by the deadline given by your chair. And if you have any questions about the process, the abstract review process, about getting into XCD, using XCD, then you're more than welcome to contact me. Like I said, some of you can probably already get in your portal, some of you can't. But once we get through the weekend and into the beginning of next week, you all should have access. So again, any questions about the abstract reviews, the process, you can shoot me an email at either one of those. Doesn't matter which one of those emails you use, it all comes to the same place, but I just want to make sure that I give both of the emails out for your reference. Okay, so with that, we haven't had any questions so far, but I'm happy to stand by for a few minutes and answer any questions that you may have. Or if you have no questions, then I don't have anything else. So I appreciate your time. Again, your assignments should be rolling in sometime tomorrow. And even though I probably won't see you, I hope to see you in San Diego, but I may not be able to see you. But again, please reach out with any questions. Unless there's anything, I am going to stop the recording and we'll let you all go. All right. Thanks for your time. Have a
Thanks,
good
Mark.
afternoon. Yeah,
Thank
you're welcome.